Queen anywhere in there, did I?
Not yet.
That's the thing. I haven't seen the queen since I got her.
Yeah, that's okay. She's a lady. She's not, you know, she doesn't want you to see her. She's going to be hiding, so.
What? Oh, is that egg? Yeah, those are
larvas. And I'm pretty sure you got eggs in there. There's just so many bees. I'm going to give it a shake.
You gonna shake it?
Yep. There we go. So now we can see the frame a bit more. Yeah, that's a nice good spread of larvae. And come into the light here.
So are those both queen? Like
Yes,
that one and
they're
that one?
both queen cells, and they're uncapped right now. There's a larva in here.
Yeah, I see the larva in there.
When they become capped over, they have about 5 days to hatch. In Florida, that might be a little bit less. So once they're capped, you got 5 days before they hatch. And I'm trying to still see if you got eggs or not. I can't quite tell.
Want me to move out of your light?
I don't know if that's... Honestly, I have not seen eggs yet, so it's possible they're super seeder. Do you guys know what eggs look like? Little grains of rice.
Yeah. I certainly...
Have you ever seen them before?
Not necessarily.
Okay, fair enough.
I've seen a lot of these, of course.
Yeah.
And every time I inspect, if I see those, I assume I'm gotta be doing at least okay.
Yes, absolutely. So let's go to the next frame. The next frame will tell us more about these
Well, the next
larvae.
frame's the one that I moved.
Well, interior too. Oh, and also here is drone cells. So sometimes they're just, you know, the drones that are hatching out of your colony. So if you have a, you know, little section of drone comb, you know, that's also could be the reason why you have a higher drone proportion, you know. And then you got some pollen up there and some capped honey. So that's...
Is that what this is here? What's
yeah,
this?
that's capped honey.
Really?
And that's some pollen, different colors.
That's cool.
And here's a dummy queen cup. They haven't put anything in yet. Let's just see what we got to see.
Yeah, see, they wouldn't even go on that one, so the fact that it's there are a lot, at least on there now.
Yeah, and they're starting to put down a little bit of wax. You know, there's things you can do if you actually feel like doing them. You could also just let them be. But if you wanted to, I know.
Sorry, I had to do it.
Yeah.
If you wanted to mess around with it, some people like to put a little sugar water, like 1-to-1 sugar water in a spray bottle, and they'll take a frame and just spritz, then put it in there and see if it'll trigger them to move over onto it. This one's got some weight to it. That's all pollen. And then we got some brood. There's brood over there, pollen over there. That's good. I like to see a lot of pollen. And I see some younger larvae now. Don't see the queen. I'm going to give him a shaky shake. And, oh, look at all that nectar. You see all the droplets of nectar? And still don't see eggs, but we're on a pollen frame, so don't panic. Your hive might be superseding itself. Maybe. Or maybe I just haven't got to where the queen's at yet.
What does that mean?
Superseding is when they replace the queen they have with, quote unquote, a better queen, or a queen they like. Or sometimes if they're starving, nope, you have eggs. You have eggs. She just wasn't over on that side yet. I will
Yeah,
show you.
Let's see.
have
Okay,
to stand
I'm like
behind you for
hogging
that.
your spot.
No, fine.
Okay, so this is like very young larva right in here. And then I'm gonna
I
flip
can't
it.
see nothing in there.
I know you're gonna have to hold it and adjust the light.
Yeah. I mean, I see stuff in there. I don't see eggs. though.
Yeah, so if you're holding the frame, you're gonna have to hold it. All this is very young larva, and if you get to the outer edge here, you're gonna see that one little speck, like one grain of rice in the bottom of the cell. You're gonna have to hold it in the light, you know. The little grain of rice is the egg. And typically it's one per cell. If it's more
it?
than one per cell, it'd be, there might be some
Yeah,
up here.
I see little Yeah, I see little tiny babies in there.
You
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Yay! You might take a picture of it, blow it up on the computer, and then it'll really show up good.
Yeah. Okay. They are really hard to see though.
Now, the important
Let me see.
thing
Hold it.
is seeing the age of larva. You don't have to see
You
the
hold that side.
eggs, but if you can see that the larva get
Oh, I
like,
can see it in there.
big to
See the little tiny babies?
tiny,
Yeah.
it's a pretty good sign you got eggs. So.
Yeah.
If you see what?
If you see
Oh, he's all
bigger
the way in
larva, then kind of goes off into infinity to where your eyes can't focus, that's a pretty good sign that you do have the eggs if you see that range of larva. If all you're seeing is one size of larva, like on these frames back here, there's only a certain age of larva, and I didn't see the eggs, and that's why I kept going,
Yeah.
But
I'm
if,
waiting for you to tell me the bad news.
yeah, no, don't panic, folks, don't panic. But, this is a nice little one here. And,
Look at them.
you can kind of make them, if you blow smoke from one direction, you can corral them, but if you kind of, you know, suffocate them with it, they don't know what way to go. So that's a fun little thing. All right, this is why you got a lot of drones, because you got some drone coming down there. So nothing to panic about, but that's why. So you got a lot of pollen. You got some cat brood and corner honey. And then you got your dummy queen cup right here. And right down there. And basically, you can either fiddle around with it. The bees always stick their head in there. So when I'm looking for an egg, I see a bee butt every time. But if you see wet, shiny stuff at the bottom, that's probably royal jelly deposit. They're very efficient. They're not going to waste their royal jelly on nothing. So if they're putting down royal jelly, they're thinking about putting the queen there. But they're kind of short. I know from experience there's nothing in there. If you notice that they're starting to, if there's like a dark queen cup, but then at the end of the dark queen cup there's lighter wax, that means they're drawing it out. They're doing that for a reason, because there's something in there. So just so you know. And then I'm just gonna do like that, so you can see there's a, oh, actually there was an egg right there.
Oh, that's good though. Take a picture of that.
Yeah.
I'm glad there's an egg in there.
So